Hi everyone, it's Marie Rogers, and this week I'm looking forward to another sales tip from Sales on Fire. And what we're going to be speaking to today is 5 reasons why you should love hearing the word no. Okay, so one of the most common questions I get asked from any businesses that I go into, salespeople, entrepreneurs, etc., is how can I help them with no? How can I help them get, hear yes instead of no? Okay. And what I say to them is, you're meant to hear no. In fact, start welcoming the no. And I kind of get the, what? What do you mean? I don't want to know. I don't like no's. I want all yeses. And I'll say, here's the thing, guys. If you think that your job as an entrepreneur is that you should only ever hear yes, you're kind of kidding yourself on, okay? Because that's not reality. The fact is, if you're constantly hearing yes, then you're not really stretching yourself. You're staying in a very comfortable area, but you're not learning to expand, you're not learning to grow. Hearing the word no actually makes us get out of our comfort zone and do things better than we've ever done before. It makes us question ourselves, it makes us move forward, it makes us develop our offerings further, it helps us learn new skills. So actually, only hearing yes is the worst thing that can ever happen to your business. I know. It's like, really? But it's true. Think about it. If all you ever heard was no, you wouldn't really grow. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it, okay? So actually look forward to hearing the word no, because it will help you become better at hearing a yes, okay? So 5 reasons why you should love hearing no. Well, there's 1, but I didn't even include that, so it should really be 6, okay? So you learn and grow from a no, okay? That's what you learn here. You learn and grow from a no. Who's with me? You learn and grow from a no, right? So keep that in your mind. You're meant to hear no's, okay? Another thing is that what people immediately feel when they hear the word no is they basically feel that they have personally been rejected, and then the self-doubt comes in, the self-criticizing yourself. What did I do wrong? And it goes on and on and on, which means that you start worrying about the no, which makes it more likely to happen because you're so attached to it. Therein is a vicious circle. So let's get rid of that perception that everybody has to say yes. And that's the first thing. So 5 reasons why you should love hearing no. The fact is, you are not responsible for hearing yes on every single call. You're setting yourself up for an unrealistic target for a start, because it is actually impossible for you to get yes on every single call. Number of different reasons for that. But if you go into a call, every single sales conversation, with the viewpoint that it should be a yes, then think about how you're going to act in that call. You're going to be constantly looking for ways that you can sell them. You're going to be looking at ways of how you're going to get them to say yes, and you're going to be feeling maybe a little bit awkward. You're going to actually, it's not going to be ease. It's not going to be with ease or joy, because you're going to be so attached to getting a yes and looking for ways to do that, that actually what you could come across as, and what's likely to come across, is that you are salesy, pushy, not listening, got your own agenda, and so focused on then basically selling to them that you're not hearing them. Do you really want to be like that? Because that's what happens when you go in thinking everybody should say yes to you. You're always looking for the sale, and that's not a good place to be. So the fact is, you're meant to get a no. You're meant to get more no's than you are yeses. And we're going to speak about that as well. But the first thing is, you are not responsible for getting a yes on every single call. You are there to get no's as well. You are there only to have a yes when it's absolutely right. So take the pressure off yourself. You're not doing anything wrong if you actually get a no. You're meant to. Second reason, closure. What I say is, we've spent an awful lot of time with getting people that are maybes, that don't want to, that we maybe don't hear the no that's right in front of our face. Basically, we're on calls where people they're not saying no, they're actually saying, oh, I need to think about it, or coming up with, oh, this is not right time. And when actually what they're really saying is no. So basically, getting a good no where people feel at ease to tell you no, that they're like, yeah, it's absolutely okay if this isn't right for you to tell me that and for me to tell you the same thing. A good no is better than a bad yes. It is. So you want to have closure. You want to pay at the end. Your job is to help people make a decision on a sales conversation, and that decision is either no or yes, and either of those is fine. But you have to make sure that the people that you're speaking to, your prospects, don't feel awkward if they say no to you, because actually what you then do is you eliminate any chance of actually continuing a relationship with these people, with anybody, because they feel awkward saying no to you, and they say everything but. So they say maybe next time, or I can't because. They come up with all sorts of excuses rather than giving you what they truly feel, which is a no. So it should be okay to say no. Okay, and the reason for that is, as well, is number 3, not everyone is the ideal fit for you. And actually recognising the characteristics and the behaviours of the people that are absolutely right for you is absolutely crucial. And we speak about that in our mastermind. We were speaking about it last week about, and I've certainly done that in a lot in one-to-one. How can you tell the people that are right for you versus the people that are not? What behaviours and characteristics should you be looking out for? And actually understanding that is absolutely key, because you should only take on clients that are an ideal fit, that you match them and they match you. And there's because anybody else should be a no. They should. That's it. So you're going to actually, and number 4, that leads to then conversion rate. So if you're not responsible for everybody saying yes, and you're actually meant to get no's, so you can close people down as a yes or no decision, then ultimately what you're also going to end up with is a case of where you're going to get more no's than you're ever going to get yeses. That is the same for the top salespeople in the world. We all know, I put myself in that category, did you notice that? How humble am I? But the people that are really know that they're meant to get actually more no's. That in fact they're looking kind of go, I welcome the no's, because you've heard about it gets me closer to a yes. Well, don't only get it closer, you get better and better if you actually say, right, that's it. So one of the things you can do is actually measure your conversion rate. Really, really powerful tool, and something that I actually do in every business that I go into when I'm working with somebody one-to-one. And I've just put up something in my Easy Yes Mastermind about measuring your conversion rate. So literally what you can do is you can look at every time you have a sales conversation, the outcome, the yes, the no, or the maybe, and actually take note of every single one of those. Now, over a period of time, you will actually see a trend happening, which tells you where your training gaps are, what you need to actually work on and maybe upskill, but it tells you what your actual conversion rate is, how many no's you need to get in order to have a yes. Now, I go from online, in this online world, my conversion rate ranges between 1 and 2 up to 1 and 4. Okay, so, and that's not all sales, that's where I'm actually having connection calls and I'm identifying people that I feel could be an ideal client for me. So when I'm doing connection calls, it's roughly about, the average is about 1 in 3. And at that point, I tell people that they're actually my ideal client. I go on to sales conversations, the actual sales conversations, my average is 1 in 2.5 roughly. Okay, so I'm okay with hearing no, because actually a lot of times, what you'll end up finding, which is number 5, is that no really means not yet, as long as you accept it with grace and ease. Because what you can then do is nurture those clients who've said no for whatever reason. The timing could be not right, it's just not a big enough problem at the moment, and you can continue to build a rapport and relationship with them so that when the time is absolutely right, start working together. And I cannot tell you the amount of clients that I have. I would say that the majority of clients I have came from an initial no, because the no really was a not yet. And what they were doing was looking and seeing and building a relationship with me, so that when the timing was right, maybe something happened, or they just get fed up of not, they came to me. So it's really important that you become comfortable and accept that you're going to get more no's than you're going to get yeses, because you learn and grow from a no. And if there's one thing that I want you to take from this live, it's that statement: learn and grow from a no. So if we recap, and I'm happy to answer any questions, but number one, you will learn and you will get better at what you're doing by becoming out of your comfort zone. So if you're constantly getting yeses, I would suggest you need to start getting no's, because the no's will make you get better at what you do. So learn and grow from a no, okay? You're not responsible to get a yes on every single call. That is not what you're there for. And if you are, you're doing something wrong, okay? Actually, if you're constantly looking for a yes, then you're going to likely to be salesy and pushy on a call because you're constantly trying to get a sale, okay? You don't want to be like that. The fact is that closure is really important. You need to actually help people make a decision, be that yes or no. The maybes in the middle that fool yourself into thinking that you might have a sale or you might not, they don't work. You actually have to help people do a yes or no. Now, you can have a multi-call process with some clients. That's absolutely right. So those are the maybes that turn into yeses or no's, and we can certainly speak about that another time. But you're there to help people make a decision that's absolutely right for them and for you. Okay? So ultimately, not everyone is the right client for you, and you're not the right coach for them. So in those cases, no is absolutely right. You don't want to take on the wrong client. A good no is better than a bad yes. Okay. Number 4, your conversion rate depends on you getting no's, and over a period of time, you will identify what your conversion rate is. And anything, in the B2B world that's out there at the moment, because as you all know, I run sales campaigns as well. Well, it's a really good conversion rate from cold traffic, people who don't know you, not aware of you. Basically, like we're currently getting about 1 in 9. That's extremely good. I tell you, the average is a lot more than that. But when you come on to this world where you're interacting a lot more, everybody isn't meant to be a yes for you. So you need to find out what your conversion rate is so that you can control the amount of calls that you need to have planned in your diary to get the result that you want. So for example, if your conversion rate is 1 in 5 and you want to work with 3 new clients in a month, what that's telling you is that you need to have 15 sales conversations in your diary to get the result that you're looking for. So what you're able to do over a period of time is really build and grow your business based on what your conversion rate is and the activity that you need to take in order to keep topping up and have all those opportunities. So if you know that it's 1 in 5, you're fine with 4 people saying no to, having 5 calls, because one person will say yes and the other 4 will say no, and you welcome that and you're fine with it and you cope with it with ease, and you learn from it and you grow. Okay, and last but not least, sometimes the no is the not yet. A lot of times, if you handle a no effectively and you can do it with grace and you can do it with ease, you're going to find that probably about 50% of the no's where they were an ideal client, and I would say higher than that, but let's just settle for 50%, will be actually a not yet. And if you have a nurturing process, which again I talk a lot about in my Easy Yes Mastermind, or when I'm working with somebody one-to-one, how to set up a nurturing process so that you don't lose opportunities. If you have that nurturing process, then those no's are a not yet, and when they're ready to work with you, you're right on their radar. They don't think about working with anybody else. So those guys are 5 reasons why you should love hearing no. And it's kind of a hard one for some people to take on the chin, because their expectation is that they expect everybody to say yes to you, but it's not reality. It's not realistic, and it's not going to happen. And as soon as you accept that and you look for the opportunities within the no and start loving hearing it and learn and grow from the no, then you can literally go like that with your business. Okay? So I hope this has been helpful. I will love to hear questions and your feedback on this. I'll look forward to having it. I know I've got 3 people currently on the live at the moment. I know that a lot more people will listen to the replay, and I know that I usually get a lot of questions out of that as well. A lot of people tend to private message me as well as actually make comments. I'm happy to deal with either. Listen, guys, I'm going to wish you the best for this week, but here's a call to action. I want you to sit and think about 5 potential clients that you would want to have a sales conversation with, and I want you to sit and think about why those are the 5. What is it about them that makes you think that they could be your ideal client? Now, what I then want you to do is to sit and think about how are you going to interact with them and build a relationship to ultimately have a sales conversation with them. How are you going to let them know that you feel that they could be the right client for you so that you can go in and have a sales conversation with them and let them know that it's actually absolutely okay with you, whether it's a yes or a no. And you can do it with comfort and ease. Because the consistency of identifying potential clients, the confidence to reach out and invite them to a sales conversation with you is the key to consistently getting new clients. Okay? But again, one thing from this that you've got to remember, you learn and grow from a no. So you've got to welcome them, you've got to look forward to them, so that the yeses that happen, you celebrate. And the more that you do that, the more you'll get able to spot and identify the people that will say yes to you quicker and easier because you've learned their characteristics. Okay? I'm going to let you all go at that point, guys, and I will look forward to hearing from you. In the meantime, I wish you loads of sales success. I want you to let me know what's happening, and I want to hear all about your clients. Okay? Take care.